Well, my first guest tonight is an actress, comedian and singer who's appeared with the King of Comedy and with the Queen of American sitcom. Please welcome the ever-startling Sandra Bernhard. Fantastic. All right. Very good. And you, do take a seat. Oh. Right.
Nice to be here. Thank you.
Well, it's lovely to have you, and you've come wrapped up for cold weather, obviously. But
sure.
Yeah, is that comfortable to sit in? It's obviously stylish.
It's not bad. Helen Story did a beautiful
Yes.
job on this number. You know Helen.
Not personally, but
she's one of your designers.
Oh, right.
I like to, you know, wear local designers.
Yeah, oh, fine.
Manolo Blahnik.
Does she work for Dunlop,
Boots.
or is that?
That's right.
No, obviously I'm not a sort of fashion.
I'm rolling right out of here.
Well, that's later. But
you're not a fashion plate. You could have fooled me.
Well, exactly.
Look at you. That's fabulous.
This comes from.
You never look better.
Yeah, that's cruel. Now
But so true.
Hey, you're friendly. Now, some time ago when I was introducing you, I was mentioning you're in Roseanne, which is a big show over here.
It's a lot of fun.
I think we get this series a bit after you have them out there.
Probably,
yeah,
yes.
I think they're just electing Ronald Reagan as a senator for California now. Well, but you play an interesting character, a sort of lesbian, bisexual character,
Right,
which
right.
in a mainstream comedy program is a bit unusual, isn't it? Groundbreaking?
They've done it a few times on American shows, but I think the character Nancy is probably the most fun and less heavy and serious.
But you wouldn't have had that sort of thing in I Love Lucy or Dick Van Dyke? Or,
no.
Well, maybe Dick Van Dyke, I don't know, but... So how did you get that part? Did you know her in advance?
Actually, yeah, I'd met her at a party, and a couple weeks later she called and asked if I'd come on the show.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize it was going to turn into such a big thing,
Yeah.
so it was a
But you've
pleasant
done the whole thing,
surprise.
you've had on-screen kiss with everything? And
No, she kissed somebody else.
Oh, right. Well, there you are. As you can see, I'm a big fan of the show.
Everybody thinks I'm always kissing everybody. I don't know. I'm an overrated kisser.
No, I've never tried, but...
No.
Oh, it was so close.
You didn't follow suit. I can only move so far in my outfits.
Yeah.
It was up to you to come the rest of the way.
Yes, well, that's often the problem. Now, now, in your... Let's go back to your... Well, actually, let's just cover what you're over here for, because you're...
Thank you, I appreciate
It's obviously not
that.
the interview, but you've got a show called...
Excuses for Bad Behavior,
That's
Part
right.
1, which is based on my new album that just came out here in England.
So that's the product, definitely. But
yes.
But what's the bad behaviour that you're excusing? Is that the excuse of...
Well, it's more the audience's bad behavior than my own. I don't really have any.
Now let's go back to your sort of history. You were brought up in Arizona.
Right.
And you have an unusual background parentally. Your father was a proctologist and hypnotist. Right. Which is unusual, unusual combination.
He wasn't a hypnotist. He actually took some medical hypnosis to, you know...
Oh, right. Oh, I thought he'd sort of gone off to be a hypnotist and the proctologist kept his hand in. But but that
something like that.
Yeah. But then
at least one finger, anyways.
Right, good. That's cleared that one up. Now, then you went to...
Hopefully it's cleared.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then you went to... Your parents wanted you to be a dental hygienist.
Well, no, my parents knew I was going to become a performer. My mom wanted me to fall back on something for a day job, so I became a manicurist instead.
Right. Which is better than a proctologist to fall back on, I suppose. But then you went to California and did... It's just stream of consciousness. So you went to... Yeah, over here. So you went to California and Los Angeles, did that sort of hanging around, waiting to be discovered?
No, I never waited around. I started performing about a year after I got to L.A.
Right.
And I've been performing for quite some time.
And a thing that you sort of shot to fame around the world is your friendship with Madonna. Did that help you, hinder you?
Oh, I think it maybe just opened up doors for people to realize, you know, my work.
Yeah, because I've never been quite... She's not my sort of... I always found her a little sort of artificial in the way she looks. I prefer some more natural looking, like Cher or somebody.
That's right, that's right. Exactly.
Yeah, but did you do any actual performing with her, or were you just, like, friends?
I
don't know.
I think it's kind of old news, actually.
Yeah.
It's so much in the past. It's like, you know, an old lover. You don't really want to talk about the past.
And so you're no longer with her. That's finished, is it?
No, I was never with her. We were friends.
Yeah.
But anyways. Maybe we can be more specific about my show so that
people
actually come to see it.
Where is it then? Where is your show?
Right down the right down the street at the Royal Festival Hall.
Well, for viewers at home, it wouldn't necessarily be right down the street because they might live anywhere in the country.
Well, from where we are.
Yes, right. So they've got to get here first
and then go here and then find you.
Yeah. Okay.
Find you and then walk from there.
Yeah, fine. And then are you sort of rude to the audience? You do lots of back chat with the audience.
No, there's not so much of that in this particular show. This is a little more, just kind of theatrical, really.
Yeah. And how do you find English audiences take to you? Is it different from playing in America?
Actually, I think they get a lot more of the subtleties in a strange way. I think English seem to be quite fascinated with American culture.
Yes.
So they, they kind of hang on every word and they really kind of go.
Well, we get so little of it over here, so it's nice to get some. I don't know if you read the English papers already over here, but there's something from the Vatican. Father Balducci, I think his name is, who's been condemning rock music as being bad influence on people. In fact, he cites, interestingly, there's a picture of Aleister Crowley on the cover of Sgt. Pepper. So he's keeping well up to date.
Really? Cutting edge.
Yeah. But I wonder what have you thought about, because you've done a version in your latest album of Sympathy for the Devil, which is fairly directly, well, it says Sympathy for the Devil, and I think he mentions that as an example of a very dangerous song. I mean, are you worried the effect that songs like that and your attitude has on young people or old people or whatever?
Well, my attitude is always to impart some sort of freedom of expression. And emotions and sexuality, and if that conflicts with the Catholic Church, I'm not terribly concerned about it, considering I'm Jewish. I'll get the chief rabbi on it.
What are you saying? What are you saying? So the chief rabbi will say, "Oh, I like that bit about sympathy for the devil." That's very much part of our teaching. Rabbinical law is very strong.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
I don't think it's so literal, you know. I mean, it's really a song about history and the devil going through history. Yeah. The devil is still with us.
Yeah. Now, in film terms, you were in, as I mentioned, the introduction in The King of Comedy a few years ago, which was a very unusual film in that Jerry Lewis was funny in it. But no, it was one of his best, one of his best performances, don't you think?
Well, I think the great thing about the film, it sort of was a precursor to the whole media manipulation thing that, even a film like Natural Born Killers tried to get into, but King of Comedy did it, 12 years ago.
Well, it's an excellent film. Very disturbing for me, though, because the plot of it, as people will remember, is that it's somebody to get onto a chat show kidnaps the host.
Yeah. Don't worry.
No. They kidnapped me to get off my ones, but but I'm careful if I see Tony Slattery on the way home, just to... you wouldn't get that necessarily. Now, and you've got another film I saw of yours just this week, which was Dallas... Dallas Doll.
That's right.
Yeah, an Australian film. So that's another new departure.
Yeah, it was quite a departure.
Was that written specially for you? Because it's got very much a sort of...
it sort of was, yeah. I think the director-writer kind of had me in mind.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit too much, if you know what I mean.
And it's a part when you're a golf tutor and you arrive and you disrupt the whole family.
I don't really know how the film turned out because it wasn't in keeping with the script, so it was a bizarre kind of outcome.
But is golf a natural thing? If you don't seem to play much golf in it, there's a lot of sort of, well, I've just shown them how to play.
I'm not a golfer. In fact, I only hit one ball in the entire movie, so
and that was a golf ball, was it?
No. No, it was your head.
Yeah. Hey. Okay, thank you very much. Well, thank you very much for joining us. Sandra Bernhard.
Thanks.
Okay. Right.